Hello everybody, it's BDF44 coming at you with another video. Okay, so I'm at work eating turkey jerky. Stuff is really good. And what's on my mind is the Philadelphia 76ers, because of obviously the Nets making this trade for James Harden. Clearly they've leapfrogged everyone into the top spot of the Eastern Conference and probably the second spot in the entire league behind the Lakers. But for me, in paying attention to what is going on currently, I think the Philadelphia 76ers are actually the team to beat the Eastern Conference right now, and probably will be for the rest of the regular season. They have a cohesive bunch. They now know for a fact that James Harden is off the market. So whoever was concerned about getting that trade done or concerned about being involved in that trade, that gives the organization and the players and the coaching staff some clarity as to what's going on going forward, some certainty about their futures with the franchise. So I think that is an aspect of the situation that helps. And I just think right now, I have to pay attention to the rest of the league. But Doc Rivers is really getting a whole lot out of guys when the roster is pretty much in flux at all times because of COVID. They've been hit by COVID and the protocols and all that good stuff, probably as much as any team in the league. And guys going in and out of lineups for various reasons as well. And it just seems like the next man up thing, as it pertains to the Philadelphia 76ers, is about as real as it gets. I mean, I personally think the Lakers are the deepest team in the league, but Philadelphia may be right behind us. See, the thing is about Philly is they're so deadly because it's not just the top-heavy talent that they have, which is plenty of top-heavy talent in terms of their starting lineup is strong, but they got guys on the back of their bench who are starting to break out as well. Guys that they drafted are playing like Rookie of the Year candidates. So you're looking at a situation for me where it's like, okay, Ben Simmons is the primary ball handler. You got Joel Embiid as the primary superstar. And you got Tobias Harris as the third option, who's very capable of scoring like a madman. You got Danny Green, who's shooting. You got Dwight Howard, who backs up Joel Embiid very well. Sturdy bunch. You got Seth Curry, who signed on from Dallas, having a career year, even though he went down with COVID. He's going to be back soon. Hopefully, God willing, he'll be healthy. You got a guy by the name of Tony Bradley, who's a center that playing your third string, who's actually giving you really good production when he gets an opportunity to play. So, and that's somebody the Lakers drafted. We traded him immediately, but he was actually our guy, our pick. And yeah, that's the conglomerate of players that you have that are really, really kicking butt. And then you got two more players that basically prompted me to make this video. I haven't mentioned the guys on the Philadelphia 76ers that I think make them better than everybody else in the Eastern Conference. The two names that come to mind are Tyrese Maxey and Shake Milton. Them dudes playing so damn good right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know what to tell you. So, Shake Milton just came back, I believe, from injury or COVID. I don't know. He'd been out for like 5-6 games. Came back and just went nutty. Filled up the box scores, 30-plus points. Steals, rebounds, assists, he did everything. And you look at his numbers before he got hurt, he was doing that too. You check him at the end of last season before the COVID-19 situation hit, and in the bubble, if I'm not mistaken, he played well. I think he played really well before the bubble. But I've heard his name before. I had him on some fantasy teams before. He is a guy who we knew could do this, but he's now, as of this last week and currently, breaking out to the point where he's like, okay, you got to deal with this dude. And then you got the youngster Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is one of the best rookies in basketball. And he's on the back of the bench in Philadelphia, like THT of the Lakers. the Philadelphia 76ers, Doc Rivers, you must find playing time for Tyrese Maxey. I don't know how you do it, especially when Seth Curry comes back. I don't know how you do this, but you must play this dude. He is next level athletic legs. Legs particularly. He runs like a bull, bro. I don't know how else to put it, but his legs are of a different caliber. When I watch this dude run, I say he don't run like everybody else. He runs with a lot more velocity, a lot more structure. He has fantastic foot control. I think some would say he has fantastic footwork. I'm not really sure if he has great footwork. That's a different thing in some ways. But foot control, stride, just what you want to see in an athlete and how they move. Tyrese Maxey passes the eye test for a lot of people. He has a body ready to go. Upper body strength is there, so he gets defensive stats. He can shoot the three. He doesn't slow down in terms of his motor. He has no problem continuing to score when he's hot. He had a game where he almost went for 40. This is a rookie, and he came in and he does it all, just like Shake Milton. Rebounds, steals, assists. His assists are high. He can score and assist at the same time, just like Shake. Let me tell you something, Philadelphia. Hear me and hear me clearly. You have two guards on your team that are going to make all-star teams before it's said and done. Both of those two guys are on your bench, and if they find themselves in the right situations, they can take all the way off. Both of them have all-star potential, in my opinion. I am very, very excited about both of those kids. So I don't know what Philly has to do. I think call me crazy, but he gives you a whole lot of insurance for Ben Simmons. If you do want to move Ben Simmons, you actually can justify it because you know damn well you got two starting point guard, shooting guard combinations sitting there ready to take the ball. For me, knowing that I had those two kids, I would have been very happy to make a deal with the Houston Rockets for James Harden if I'm Philadelphia. I don't know. Houston obviously did a great thing for themselves in that trade because they took back salary cap space with the moves that they got, expiring contracts, things of that nature, a bunch of picks. So for their future and for the overall cap management of things, their GM did a phenomenal job, and that is the exact type of trade you want to take. Because looking at that trade for the Houston Rockets, you look at the players, they got some nice players. Oladipo's fantastic. Exum is starting to get a little better. He's a slow burner, but he's coming along. He's turning into a role player. Rodgers Cruz, same thing, can shoot. Picks, swaps, they did great. But the majority of what it is that they were trying to do was just make themselves more manageable on paper, cap-wise. That's what they did. Their GM just has done a fantastic job in the science of cap management. However, they could have gotten some better talent. And when you talk about that package that Philly has with Ben Simmons and maybe Maxey or Shake or both of them, trust you me, that is a better deal in terms of actual help you now talent. Because I'm telling you, Tyrese Maxey as a running mate with John Wall, to me, that looks like maybe the fastest backcourt in all of basketball if Houston did that. Maybe the fastest backcourt in all of basketball. I don't know that Tyrese Maxey is faster than everybody else, but I assure you, as I say this to you, he runs different, y'all. I don't know how to explain it. I don't really know how to explain what it is that I saw, but I'm telling you, that boy is coming at you with a lot of velocity, and he is attacking. I am super high on Tyrese Maxey. And Shake Milton. Both of those guys I think are going to be good. I added both of them to most of my fantasy teams to let you know how serious I am about both of them. I do have reservations in regards to that because I don't know that they'll be able to get the minutes that they need with Ben Simmons. Obviously, them sharing positions with each other. They both play the same position, unfortunately, those two guys. And then Seth Curry. I mean, you can't justify not keeping Seth Curry on the floor as well with the way that he's shooting and playing basketball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They just have a log jam at the guard spot, and of course Ben Simmons, who controls the ball at like 6'10". So it's going to be tricky, but I'm telling you, what I'm seeing is Doc has two gems at that point guard, shooting guard spot. Two absolute and utter young gems that are going to be huge factors in this league. as either role players or all-stars or six men, something. Those guys have that type of upside, in my opinion, both of them. So yeah, be very excited, Philadelphia, because what you also have, obviously, though I've already said this in so many ways, trade value. You have a lot of trade value in those kids, and it's endless. If you guys want to shuffle the deck a little bit, you want to move on from Danny Green, you maybe want to move on from Dwight Howard, bring back something, you still have plenty of talent on your team. You still got young guys who are going to get better. So Daryl Morey inherited, in my opinion, a really good situation. A really good situation, man. Philadelphia looks a lot better to me after discovering these two kids that they got on that team. Three, actually, if you want to add Bradley, to be honest with you. But discovering those kids on this team, knowing that they have young, youthful talent behind their superstars who are also young and youthful, I gotta say, Brooklyn's gonna have trouble with Philly this year. Now, obviously, Brooklyn did not make the deal that they made for a 1 year shot at it. So I don't expect Brooklyn expects to be as good this year as they expect to be next year or the year following. This isn't an experiment for the Brooklyn Nets in terms of them bringing these guys in and expecting it only to work for 1 year. I think they expect these guys to stay there for the rest of their careers. I think they expect this to be a long haul, 4 years or more experiment with those four players, three players on that triple the threat that they got. So I think the bottom line is Brooklyn's gonna have to find some depth. They're gonna have to find some athleticism and some athletes in the front court, some guys who can move a little more than they have. They got those superstars, and then they got some stiffs at the back of their bench, basically. Not a whole lot of athleticism on that Brooklyn team right now outside of those stars. When I look at Philly, complete opposite. Philly's a team where if two guys get hurt, they got two more guys who can come in and do the same stuff. I mean, I know I mentioned Tobias Harris, but like he's gotten lost in the fold of all that depth that they got in Philly. Listen, Philly can't beat the Lakers. I don't believe they can beat the Lakers. However, I don't think there's anybody else they can't beat. And if they get lucky and we're not there at the finals, I think Philly wins the championship. Because I don't think Denver can beat Philly. I think the West is significantly weaker. Simply, seemingly overnight, they've gotten weaker. And I look at the Eastern Conference, say they got a bunch of teams that are new, a bunch of teams that are young, a bunch of teams that are cool, but not really world beaters. It's a three-team situation in the league right now, in my opinion, between the Los Angeles Lakers, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Brooklyn Nets. Those are the only real contenders out there. I don't count Denver this year. They got significantly worse because a lot of what they made them good and deep has left. No Plumlee, no Grant. They're not the same team this year. So, and Porter, I got to figure out what's going on with his health. He hasn't been down there. I think he got COVID. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah. Don't consider Denver a real elite team. I don't consider Portland a great team at this point. None of that stuff. It's just three teams. And to me, the Lakers are the number one team. Philly is number two. So that's what I got, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm pretty sure there's more to say in regards to the Philadelphia 76ers. They have a really unique situation with Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey running the helm, and then just a bunch of talent all over the place. Just talent galore. And I don't even know where they got it. Like, how the hell did they get Tyrese Maxey? Wasn't he like the 20th pick in the draft? Tyrese Maxey can win Rookie of the Year. He can win it. He, LaMelo Ball, and Tyrese Halliburton are the three guys that come to mind first for me right now. They're just, those 3 point guards are just too much. They are all going to make all-star teams before it's over with. Anyway, my name is BDF44. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.